ladies and gentlemen, I can only apologise for the amount of time that it has been since you were last with us on this save, but we're back today for episode 4 of my FM24 save with Real Madrid. If you do go on to enjoy, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Let's waste no further time and get back into the save. So it's been nearly a week since I actually loaded up the save, but since you were last with us then, we had a 3-0 win at home to Granada, a 5-2 win away at Cadiz, a 6-0 win at home to Union Berlin in the Champions League, a 3-1 win at home to Villarreal back in the La Liga before a 2-0 defeat, unfortunately, away at Atletico Madrid. Back in the Champions League then, we had a 2-0 defeat away at Lazio before a 2-1 win back in La Liga at home to Real Hispalis before recently a 3-0 win away at Girona, a disappointing 1-1 draw away at Atletico Bilbao, another win in the Champions League, this time 2-0 at home to Lazio, and most recently a 5-0 win at home to Atletico Pamplona. In today's episode then, we have Las Palmas away in La Liga, they're currently 15th in the league, and also Manchester City at home in the Champions League. In terms of our Champions League group, here is how it is now looking very tight at this moment in time. 2 games to go. If we beat Man City, we should probably beat Union Berlin and then go on to qualify, but you never know what could happen at the end of the day. Also, in terms of the league table at this moment in time, we are 3 points clear at the top of the table, 3 points above second place in Atletico Bilbao. Barcelona 4 points behind us. Have we got any major injuries at the moment? I can't remember off the top of my head what you've seen. I do apologise about that, but Dani Carvajal is out for 4 to 5 months with a broken leg. Jude Bellingham is out for another 5 weeks with a torn hamstring, and Lucas Vazquez is out for 2 weeks with some pulled knee ligament, so that's not ideal. Couple of the fresh injuries to deal with, but yeah, Bellingham being out for another 5 weeks is a big blow for us, and Carvajal's going to be out for the majority of the season with this broken leg. Certainly not ideal. Well, a real lack of options for us at this moment in time, but here is how we line up for the first game of today's episode away at Las Palmas. We've tried to make as many changes as possible, but with the injuries it is kind of hard to do at this moment in time. In goal then, we've got Kepa Arrizabalaga with a back four of Nacho, Rudiger, Alaba, who could actually do with a rest, so hopefully we can get him off by half time because we're winning 3-0. Mendes at left back with Tchouaméni, Camavinga and Modric in the midfield, Diaz on the right, Vinicius on the left and Rodriguez in the number 9 role. On the bench, we've got Lunin, Dorgu, Ceballos, Joselu, who's injured at the moment. He's going to be back in full training tomorrow. Garcia, Cruz, Lopez, who's one of the youngsters. So is Obrado, who's been in our B team. We've also got Valverde, another one from the B team in Garcia, another one from the B team in Marvel, and also Arda Güler as well. Lots of injuries. What are all these players? We've got a load of players in currently on trial. Oh yes, we tried to sign a right back, didn't we? We got all the right backs we could possibly get in on trial, and the best one was like 1.5 star current ability. So I don't think we'll be signing a right back anytime soon. That's going to be one of our first priorities in the January transfer window, with obviously Carvajal being out for another 5 months, unfortunately. Anything less than 3 points here, I'll be massively disappointed with. We are currently 3 points clear at the top of the table, so we do have a little bit of breathing room. But at the end of the day, we're Real Madrid. We should be beating teams like this with all due respect. They're probably in some sort of relegation battle. I mean, this point they've currently just picked up has taken them away from it slightly. But even with this game, they've played a game more and they're only 3 points above the drop zone. So anything less than 3 points here would be very, very disappointing. It's not been a lively start to the game. They've actually had more of the ball than we have. Rudiger gone into the book, but it's an early throw in here for Las Palmas. Vieira picks it up and lays it off Modric there with a nice interception. Now Rudiger finds Rodriguez. He's looking to build up an attack over on that far side, loses the ball though. Did it just me, or does it seem a little bit jittery today? I don't know, Mike. I've just been playing Football Manager in an Arsenal save and it was completely fine, but I've loaded up this Real Madrid save and it seems to be a little bit, the frame rate just doesn't seem 100% accurate. Anyway, Las Palmas now looking to build in their midfield. It's some nice play for them here, and it's ball out wide there to their left winger. Ball into the box. Alaba nearly had that into his own goal. No, it was definitely came off their striker in the end. It's a good first opportunity for them there. They're absolutely dominating us in terms of possession. They're playing the exact same formation as we are, so I'm not really too sure why they're having so much of the ball. Are we just being complacent? I mean, Nacho's potentially having a decent game, but everyone is so poor. They're massively underperforming. Vinicius Jr., I tell you what, he has been a massive disappointment for us so far. Short corner here for Las Palmas. Ball into the box. Sandro strikes. Big save there from Kepa Arrizabalaga, and Brahim Diaz does well to find Vinicius Jr. I've just been criticising him. Currently on a 6.4. He passes it back though in to Mendy. Throwing for us here, which Mendy will take. Just over half an hour gone on the clock. Rodriguez finds that Camavinga, an opportunity for him in this game to start, and he hasn't really impressed so far this season, has Camavinga. Came close there. Rodriguez on the second bite of the cherry. His shot also went over, and me getting Alaba off at half-time to rest him for the Champions League game because we were going to be 3-0 up is not looking likely. Rodriguez has cannoned the header against the post. Alaba with the free kick in. Keeper absolutely nowhere near that. We've certainly grown into this game. We've been much the better side, but we're just not taking our chances. Half-time then, 0-0. I mean, it's not exactly been a boring 0-0 so far. There's been chances aplenty for both sides, but we are going to make some changes at the break. I'm now actually going to make that change and get Alaba off, get Marvel on. He is only 1.5 star current ability, but we need to rest Alaba. The Champions League game is much more important at this moment in time. And I'm also going to get Vinicius Jr. off for no Lopez. We're just going to try out the youngsters, I guess. I mean, he's got a little bit of potential. He's more of a striker. How tall is he? He's 5'11". Maybe we could put him up front and Rodriguez out on the left. I think that's something that could certainly work. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. We can always change them back over. We're going to go with that. Giving the youth a chance, and we're going to give them some encouragement. Fingers crossed, in this second half, we can come up with some goals. It's a big opportunity for the two youngsters who are probably not going to get many opportunities in the first team, but because of injuries at this moment in time, it's kind of forced my hand into doing it this way. Nothing's really going on though in the second half. Let's go make some more changes. Diaz is going to come off here for what's going on here. Ardagula, that's what I want to do. Get him on over on that right hand side. We're also going to bring on Ceballos for Modric in that midfield. We've got one more change. I think I'm going to save our final change for now just because I don't want to go 25 minutes without potentially another substitution opportunity in case we get an injury or anything like that. We'll go on to attacking and we'll try and give them some more encouragement as well. Can we come up with a late goal in this game? Or am I going to have to make our final change? Let's now go and do that. Can we go more offensive? Who have we really got on the bench who we can bring on? Joselu going to come on here for Tchouaméni. We're going 2 up front. We're going to play Joselu as apparently he's a deep line forward. No, we're going to play Joselu as a target forward. We're going to put Rodriguez back up front, put no Lopez out on the left, and just hope. That's the only thing that I've really got going for us in this game so far. Just hope that we can finally maybe kick the ball into the onion bag. Give them one final piece of encouragement. Can we come up with a goal? We're not going to start the episode with a boring 0-0 draw, surely. Can we have some late drama in this one? They're building up some nice play here, and their striker's through here. Jonathan Vieira picks it up and strikes. It's deflected, and it's cannon back off the post. That would have not been the start to the episode that we were looking for. Mendy's picked up a knock, not ideal going into this Champions League game, and unfortunately, we started with a boring 0-0 draw. Not a great way to return. I mean, there was chances for both teams, but that is very disappointing, and it doesn't fill me with confidence considering we've got Man City next. It's certainly not ideal. Mendy's going to probably miss the Champions League game. He's out for 12 days with the thigh injury, and I am concerned, I think. To say the least, I'm concerned. We've got a 2-day break before the game against Manchester City, and our team is looking dead. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for the second game of today's episode at home to Man City in the Champions League. A win would probably secure our spot. A loss here, which I think is likely based on the last performance and who Man City have got in their team, would probably see us not qualify for the Champions League knockouts. That, I think it was an away defeat against Lazio. Very, very disappointing. We've got Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. A back four of Nacho, Rudiger, Alaba and Fran Garcia, with a midfield of Tchouaméni, Valverde and Ceballos. Rodrigo and Vinicius on the wings with Joselu leading the line. I'm actually going to put Rodrigo to be a winger rather than an inside forward. On the bench, we've got Lunin, Camavinga, Modric, Rodriguez, Obrado, Cruz, Gonzalo, Marvel, Diaz, Carvajal. Not that one, not the one with the broken leg. This is a different one. This is a striker Carvajal, Angel Carvajal, who... yeah, I mean, decent young prospect is a little bit of a stretch in my opinion. Also, we've got an injured Dorgu and Ardagula. I'm not confident going into this one. Obviously, in the reverse fixture, we scraped a last-minute equaliser. I think it was a penalty from Alaba. We could qualify for the round of 16 with a win today. Only Alaba is inspired by that. Tells you about the mentality of these players. They're not performing for me, especially in the Champions League. We'll get underway then for today's game. I mean, look at their team. Haaland, Foden, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Rodri, Stones, Ederson. It's a very, very good team. A point here, I'd be more than happy with that. Lazio currently beating Union Berlin. I believe that should mean that Lazio actually play Man City on the last game of the group stage round, and we obviously play Union Berlin. So we're in the better of the two spots in terms of our fixture for the final game. I'd much rather be playing Union Berlin than Man City, but we're playing Man City right now, and we're not doing too badly. I mean, the stats would say that we're getting absolutely dominated, but it's 0-0, and that's the only real statistic that I care about. Why does it always seem to be, whatever save I'm doing, the games that I show you on camera, they're just quite boring. Not a lot really happens. Like, we never get like a 6-5 win or anything like that. I'm far from pleased. Valverde is stressed about that. We're getting away for the second half. I mean, not a single highlight in that first half. We've got one here. Alaba swings a corner into that near post. It's flicked on and cleared away by Man City. Vinicius Jr. picks it up now. Fran Garcia steps in there. Nice first touch. Vinicius now to the byline. Ball across. Surely. Get in there. Rodrigo with his second goal of the season. I was just saying not a lot was really going on in the game, but if nothing else wants to happen for the rest of the game now, I'm absolutely fine with that. Real Madrid 1, Man City 0. Brilliant play there from Vinicius Jr. and especially Fran Garcia. That touch there, very delightful. Vinicius doing what he does best, getting to the byline, getting balls across. I thought Joselu was going to tap it in. He missed it. Rodrigo taps home. 47 minutes on the clock. It's Real Madrid 1, Man City 0. Give them some praise. And that is exactly what we were looking for in this game. We've certainly started the second half the better of the two teams. They can have all the football, they can have all the possession, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Let's now make some substitutions. I think we certainly need to freshen it up in these attacking positions. Despite these two playing well at the moment, Rodrigo is going to come off here for Brahim Diaz, and we're going to play him as an inside forward. I'm looking at the defence and thinking we've got yellow cards, but then we've not really got many options on off the bench. Modric is going to come on for Dani Ceballos. We're going to get Camavinga on as well for Valverde. They're the three changes that we're going to make for now. Again, we don't want to make all our subs at once because that could end up killing the momentum. We're actually top of the Champions League group now, from at the start of the game being not even in it to now being top of the group. Nacho now finds Brahim Diaz, getting towards their penalty area. To the byline he goes, beats his man, cuts it back. Joselu with a strike, blocked and just wide. Jack Grealish is on for Phil Foden for the visitors. Corner ball. Are we going to see any patting on the head? He's got his hand out a little bit. No patting on the head this time. Alaba ball in, cleared away by Gvardiol. And Stones gets a little bit more distance on it and finds Jack Grealish. He's looking to make an impact on off the bench. Can we get a tackle in here? Good defending there from Nacho. He has to be careful. He's on the yellow card, but he's done well there. 3 out of our back 4 on yellow cards, and we've got like no defenders on the bench, so that's certainly not ideal. But Fran Garcia is bombing down the left wing here. Gets a ball in, looking for Joselu. Header over the bar. Fran Garcia, I know we kind of wrote him off at the start of the season so we could get Dorgu some minutes, but he's not been too bad, to be fair, in the games that he has made. Let's now make another substitution or two. We'll have to wait and see. Joselu is going to come off here for, I mean, is Gonzalo any good? Are you any decent? He's more of a right winger, so no, we're not going to get Gonzalo on. We'll just get Rodriguez on, get him up front. Hopefully, maybe scores. We'll play him actually as a target forward rather than an advanced forward, playing in a slightly different role. Final change of the game, Toni Kroos is going to come on for Tchouaméni just to control the game as a deep line playmaker, and Camavinga is now going to be a ball-winning midfielder. Just under 20 minutes to go then, 1-0 to Real Madrid. Can we see this one out? Fran Garcia picks up the ball here, just over 10 minutes left on the clock. Garcia driving down that left wing once more. Camavinga now, he goes into David Alaba. Finds Luka Modric, looking to switch the play. Nice ball out wide into Brahim Diaz. Looks to cut in. He finds Modric though inside the penalty area. Shoots and scores. Luka Modric on off the bench. That is what we talk about when we say we want impact from our substitutes. Just under 10 minutes left on the clock. Real Madrid 2, Man City 0. Luka Modric on off the bench to double our lead. I thought Brahim Diaz was going to cut in and shoot there. He cut in and found the pass to Modric. Great first touch, great second touch to get away from number 4. And then he hammers it into the top corner. 10 minutes to go now. Real Madrid 2, Man City 0. That should just about be enough to see us qualify into the Champions League knockouts. I'm really surprised by this result, to be honest with you. I didn't think after the first game against Man City and our most recent match against, was it Las Palmas or Las Palmas? I do apologise for forgetting their name. I didn't really have much confidence going into this game, but it looks like we're going to get the job done unless there is some late Champions League drama like what there was in the last episode. De Bruyne out wide here into Grealish, on off the bench. He cuts it back and finds De Bruyne. Loads of room here to strike, and it's a brilliant goal there from Kevin De Bruyne. Instant impact there, instant reply from Manchester City, and that's a really, really frustrating goal. Why has Kevin De Bruyne got all the time in the world to find the top corner? It's Toni Kroos is meant to be marking him, and he just completely leaves him. This is why we're trying to get rid of Toni Kroos, because that is poor. I mean, Kepa should be doing better with that as well, but De Bruyne finds the top corner, and Man City have a goal back. We're going to tell them that I'm going to demand more from them. I don't want to praise them because they've just conceded. 6 minutes added on, and as a highlight, I don't know how much more of this I can watch. Rudiger now finds Toni Kroos. He goes square into Camavinga. Alaba picks it up now. On a yellow card, so does need to be careful. He finds Vinicius. Very tired, but he's going to cut in and find Rudiger. He goes back into Camavinga, a little bit of room to find Modric. Nice pass, ball out wide here into Brahim Diaz, inside the penalty area, to the byline. Can he get a ball in? He's tackled by Ake, he wins it back. And there is Alvaro Rodriguez to wrap the game up. I got an email saying that he hadn't scored in a long time. Well, there you have it. Match winner. Not really the match winner, but the goal that's going to make it feel much more comfortable for us. Brahim Diaz with a great impact on off the bench as well, by the way. 2 assists for him. Great play. I thought he lost it there. He did well to win it back. Ball in. Rodriguez with a nice finish for his 5th goal of the season. Real Madrid 3, Man City 1. It's not going to be an instant reply, is it? It's not. Brahim Diaz, he wants to get on the score sheet, or does he want his hat-trick of assists? Diaz goes inside here to Modric, who strikes, and it's 4. It's complete domination against the current Champions League holders. It's Luka Modric with a brace off the bench. Man City 1. Real Madrid 4. They've been absolutely torn apart in this one. I mean, we've capitalised on a mistake there, but let me talk about Brahim Diaz. 3 assists for him on off the bench. Modric with 2 goals on off the bench. They've got to have some praise after that. I mean, can we go on and get a 5th here? It will be Kepa Arrizabalaga to take this goal kick. He sends it long. We are really looking to pounce on Man City's mistakes at the moment. Vinicius Jr. driving towards goal. He strikes. This time it's saved by Ederson. We can't quite go on and get that 5th. This is a result that I really, really did not expect. I really thought there was a high likelihood that we were going to go out of the Champions League here, but in fact we've absolutely battered Manchester City. We've got one of the best teams on the planet, and they've got the best player on the planet as well in Erling Haaland. We're top of the Champions League group. Where is this full-time whistle? There we have it. Full-time. Real Madrid 4, Man City 1. Absolutely superb stuff. Vinicius Jr. finally coming good with an 8.3 as well. I'm very happy with the result and the way that he played. Absolutely fantastic stuff, and hopefully that sets us up now to really kick on for this season. I mean, I say that, it's still been a very, very good season, but we're Real Madrid at the end of the day. If we don't win every game, then it does feel like a disappointing season. Diaz with a 9.9 on off the bench, 3 assists for him in that one. Absolutely superb. I think he's got to start now over Rodrigo much more. I mean, Rodrigo's got 2 goals so far this season. It's not exactly impressive. 1 goal, 5 assists in the league. You look at someone like a Hosselu, who's picked up, is that 11 goals? He scored 5 in the Champions League. I mean, Hosselu's on fire, isn't he? I'm going to leave it there, though, for today's episode. Apologies again about the delay between the last episode and this one. I'll be much more consistent with it now until the full game does officially come out. Thank you all for watching, though. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon for another one. Peace.